All right. So, hello, my name is Jesus Garcia, and this is my project Eliza. So, here's how Eliza works. So, Eliza will first ask you, "Hello, my name is Eliza. What is your name?" So, my name is Jesus, Eliza, and so Eliza will store that information. Uh, well, my code, right? Since, uh, regardless, uh, I store this using the scanner. I store this into username. And so now I've stored the user's name. And so when we enter into here, to this section, right? Uh, Eliza will ask me, "Hello, Jesus," or username. "Tell me what is on your mind today," in one sentence. And so that is, and so this is, sorry. So this is outside of this, the loops, because it will only be asked once. And so it doesn't need to be in here. All right, now, I use a do while loop to uh, iterate. And so it'll keep iterating as long as the answer equals yes. So keep that in mind. And so while the answer, yeah, okay, so the do while will keep iterating as long as the answer equals yes. And so here I make another loop, which essentially will keep iterating as long as the user does not enter an exit. So as long as the user can enter anything, baloney, uh, you know, uh, whatever, dumb, and Eliza will keep prompting the user with questions and statements. However, I if I were to enter exit, then it essentially it leaves this. It exits this while loop, and then it goes over here and then asks, "Do you want to run this session again?" Now, if I say no, it'll exit the do while entirely. So I'm gonna do that right now, actually, and then it'll just say goodbye until next time. However, if I did say yes, it'll keep iterating over and over until you get up to this point and decide to say no. Right? Uh, Sorry about that. So yeah. So what's happening in here? So essentially, as long as you don't enter exit, I use a few methods. So I use populate statement array, populate questions array, because this is how I populate the statements and questions array, which I created here. And so statements at index 0 will be this string, and statement at index 2 will be this string. So this is how these methods work. Sorry. Also, keep in mind how all of these, they use blank 1 and blank 2. I'll go over that later. So then I use get random statements methods here, and what these do is I use this method to yeah. So I use next int. Sorry, so no, I use I use this, right, this object, which I had to import, right, from java.util. And so what this does is it returns a number according to array length. And my array length is 7 right now, because that's what I do to set the boundaries of my two arrays here, right? And so what it does is it returns a number from 0 to 6. And then, once I store that into the integer random, I return statements at index random. So if the the random number generator generates 0, it'll return this string. If it returns a 4, then it'll return statements at index 4, which will be this string. And that's how that works. And then I want the input from the user. And so I use the scanner again to fulfill this. And then I used another method, replace blanks, which essentially I use the answer and replace statement and questions, which are these three, respectively. Right? So these are my arguments for my method. And so here, what happens is I get the first word and last word using these methods. And what it does is essentially it gets the first word. So I am tired, I tell Eliza. And so Eliza will get the last word. Well, this is a bad example, but I am tired. So it'll get the first word. So for the first word, I put I. Eliza seems to know that that's what I put. So here, so I seems important to you. It'll replace blank 1, and then tired, which is my last word, it'll replace blank 2. I seems important to you, so does blank 2, which is now tired. And so how do I do this? I use the replace method, which essentially you can input any string and it'll look for the string, and then it replaces it with whatever you put. So here I replace it with the first word, and then here again I replace blank 2 with the last word. And so I do that for the statements and questions both. And so here I have an if-else branch, and so if the answer that the user inputs ends with a question mark, so let's say I'm not sure if I'm very tired, so I am tired, Eliza will prompt the user with a question. However, if the answer ends with an exclamation mark, Eliza, so I am tired and I'm very angry about it, Eliza will prompt the user with wow, dramatic, and then a statement. And then otherwise, if any other punctuation, so I am tired with a period, it'll just print a statement. And so this is how my Eliza works. Something I failed to mention was so whenever I input exit, this method would pick it up, and essentially it would be like exit has hold on, so I'll demonstrate it actually. So J exit, and then it'll pick up, and then Eliza will prompt the user with a statement. Exit makes for intriguing tell. Tell me more. Tell me all there is to know about it. I don't want that, so I created this if statement to prevent that. So if the answer is literally anything else other than exit, then this method replace blanks will run. And so as you can see, this is how it's supposed to work. And then no, Eliza, I do not want to run another session. And this is how my Eliza my project works, and I hope I've explained it well, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.